Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Edoggz Reviews. I will be reviewing the Tobot's Galaxy Detective Season 2, which came out in the year 2020. If you do not know anything of Tobot, the original series, or Tobot's Galaxy Detective Season 2, please allow me to read some backstory. The story shifts to a new cast in Smile City and discovers Galaxy Weapon 4 and creates new Tobots. These heroes now face off against a short-tempered and egomaniac named Bubblecat, who is then overthrown by a superior order of villains. Things start heating up as Tyler, Master V, and Zora enter Smile City looking for Galaxy Weapon 6, allowing both groups to team up for a final showdown against Pulsar himself. So what you see before you is the second character to appear in Galaxy Detective Season 2. On the left is the original box. It says Tobots up here. We have the vehicle mode there. We'll get into that later. We have the roll-up mode there. We have something called the attached tow key, which allows you to go through 3 modes. We'll explain that. We have the QR code that takes you directly to YouTube, so you can watch all of the Tobot series as a whole. The figures are for ages 4 and up. The show itself is for ages 7 and up, so anybody can watch it. On the bottom hand left corner, we have a choking hazard. It says you keep it away from children that are under 3 years old. The figures are made by Young Toys, which are based in Korea, I believe in the city of Seoul, somewhere around there. That's where these figures are most popular at. On top of that, on this side of the box, we have Tobots, and then on the bottom it says Cyclon Hawk. He's throwing a right punch there. And then on this side of the box, we have him in the robot mode. We have the vehicle mode. We have these 3 things that we're going to go to: vehicle mode, robot mode, and extension mode. We'll explain that. Cyclon Hawk, Galaxy Detective Season 2, Young Toys. And then on this side of the box, I don't know if he's walking towards us or if he's flying towards us, but there is Cyclone Hawk there. And then on the top, it just says Tobot's Cyclone Hawk there. On the bottom is this product information and some barcodes. Now in Korea, his name is Silverhawk, not to be confused with the Silverhawks that came out in 1986, which were a bunch of different people with different bird things. So they're totally separate from each other. Now, it does come with some really good instructions. Right, so here we have the robot mode to the vehicle mode. It takes 15 steps to do that. And we have this side, which is the vehicle mode to robot mode. We have that. Right. So let's go and get this out of here. Now, what you see before you is what's known as the normal mode. This is his normal mode. It does not come packaged like this. This is how he normally walks around in the show. So let me just show you around the figure. So we just have it's slightly darker gray. My camera is set just a tad little high on the light, and we have some gold broken up with some black. So this is what it looks like from the front. Here it is from the side. Here it is from the back. Here it is on this side. And you can do a close-up of his face. Now this one has light piping, but it's not going to work because it is raining outside. It has been doing so for the last, 3 days now. So light piping is not going to work here, but you can tell the detail here. They have this Hawk helmet here. You see the light piping there. The eyes are underneath there, and then they got another pair of eyes right there. So you can kind of make it out here and from that side. Now, when it comes to articulation, some of them are good at it. Some of them are not too good at it. It depends on the size of the figure. It depends on, I guess you want to say, at the star of the show, because the star of the show normally gets a little bit more and it depends on what they transform into. So this one, he's all right. There's some clearance issue with the arms, so let's do that first. So articulation, we have this right here, and this is for the transformation, but you can still do it anyway. Now let's say you want to hold that piece down, you can get this up, right? Right, bring it down. Another thing you can do, you can bring it up, you can turn it around, but that is for the transformation. Now here we have some clearance issue, right? So we have this wing here, and we have these wheels. So this arm is not going to go backwards. It's only going to go up like that, and it's going to bump into something else probably. Yeah, we can get it all the way around back this way. So this much all the way around. Now elbow, slightly more than 90 degrees there. There's no bicep swivel there. On the leg, we're going to have a nice high kick there. If you want a side kick, we can do that. Right? Have the nice ratchet at the hips. We have ratchets at the knee. We'll explain that because that's also for the transformation. We have ratchets at the foot. We have this right here. It kind of feels more like a spring-loaded thing. Like this is a spring-loaded function type of thing there. Other side, let's bring this up. Right, so going up on the thigh, upper thigh, that's all you're going to get on the upper thigh. So lower leg, you're going to get all of this. You can bring the foot up like that if you need to. So you have that much room going for you. The wings are articulated. I'll show that off a little later on in the video. There's no waist articulation here at all. It's just one solid piece. The head is on the bow joint, so you can make it go this way, and we can make them look that way, make them look up. See, he's not in focus. My goodness. No. And there you have it. Now, transformation is also easy. It takes 15 steps. Now, before we do that, I like to explain the Toki aspect of it. So in the show, they have something called V extension. Now, what exactly is that? It's like a boost, or it's like a power boost or something like that. Now, as he stands, he only has access to one type of weapon, let's say, and it's called power slash. No, excuse me, it's called wind slash. Let me bring my paper over here so I can read it. It's called wind slash. And pretty much he can throw out these darts, and when they land, they explode. Simple enough. Now, we have this right here. This is called V extension. Right? And what this does, it will access more moves that he can do in the show. And we can have these plugged in right here, right on his chest. So you plug this in. And this is called the extension. We can bring this up, bring this out, bring this up, bring this out. And that's what it's supposed to look like. Now, it does come packaged like this, right? Everything is strapped in all together. Now, while he's like this, he has two more moves that he can do. So he can do something called reflection. Reflection is he's able to create clones of himself. So think of Naruto, where he can do all of those clones. You could think of the Flash, when he can do those mirror images, stuff like that. You know, that's what he's able to do. Or if you want to get Marvel into it, you can use Doctor Strange, where he makes all those different clones and he can attack at the same time. So you can use all of that as a reference. And then there's something called Ego Tornado. So that's another move that he can do. Now, while this is on here, it does limit his arm. So what they did was they put these in here. These are spring loaded, and you have to pull these out in order to get the arm out here. So let's say you wanted to move the arm. So you have something like that. That doesn't look too good, right? So it has to be something like this if you want to just stance the figure like that, or you can have it off. It's two different things, but it is greatly detailed. You have these gold on the feathers here. You have the Hulk's head there. Yeah, you still have, this is not light piping, but it could have been. Have all this nice gold stuff that's going around. Now, you have to take this off before we do like transformation. And we'll get back to this in a minute. Right, so it's 15 steps. They're very easy. These figures are held together by ratchets, pegs, and friction clips. That's what they normally use. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off from the base. Right, we're going to start from here. You're going to take this arm, bring this up. Bring this up, like that. Right, we want to twirl around until the wheels face backwards, and we bring that up like that. Same thing other side. Bring this up, take this arm, bring it all the way back. We're going to twirl this around, bring this up. Very easy. We're going to turn around the back. We're going to take the cockpit. We're going to bring this back. Very nice ratchet there. We're going to bring this whole piece up like that. Now, since we're here, there's like this really long peg here on that side as well. And we have these slots on both sides, one there and one there. And we flip this up. And we have to get past this piece right here. This is the only thing that's going to stop you, but it's very easy to get past. Right? Leave that there. We bring this up. Right? So you should have something like this going on. You take these pieces, and there are friction clips on this side, and there's another one on that side. So you just bring this down. Now what I like to do is I'd like to face it this way because I normally get lost if I'm on the opposite side. So we're going to bring up the leg. And we want to turn it down. We want to turn it. We want to turn it this way, like that. So this fin should be pointing downwards. And we want to take the foot, bring this up. Same thing. Bring the leg up, turn, flip back, like that. And then we take this, right? So we're going to bend at the knee, and there's a friction clip right here, and there's a male part right, a female part right there, and we're just gonna flip this up. Right, so we have all of this done right here. We're gonna tighten the top and flip these up. The one thing I didn't notice about this is there's a crack on this side. There's a really small crack there. I'm not sure when that happened, but it might have been there for a while. But it is what it is. Make sure. And there you have it. You have them in the spaceship mode, or you can call it a space fighter mode. You can have your choice of what it is. But this is what it looks like at this angle. This is what it looks like from the side. This is what it looks like from the back. Here it is from that side. From the bottom, you have visible head syndrome there. From the top, one more time. And that is about it. Now, for that extra piece, right, it can go on here. So we have two slots there, and you have two slots there. One there. And we just peg this on. Right, make sure all of this is down, peg together. There we go. So you have some extra flare if you need it to, or maybe you just want to store it someplace where you didn't want to get it lost or something like that. But you can put it there. It gives a little extra on there. You know, this is what it looks like. Now I do have some comparisons for this. First, we're gonna bring in Cyclonus, right? Weird spaceships. It falls into that category. So this is what that looks like together. And just give another profile here. Here it is from the side. Here it is from the back. Other side. The bottom. And from the front. Now, I do have something closer. I do have something much closer than this. And that is Skyquake. Skyquake is the closest to this figure. Let me turn this around. Right, so you have these two right here. Right, Skyquake do have these pegs so that you can plug something or another character to on his back if you needed to. Let's do it from the side. There we go. From the front. Just me. It's not up. From this side. From the back. And this is much cleaner on the bottom of Skyquake. So you have that going on. Now, detail wise of Cyclone Hawk, we have let me get it back in focus. We have these jet intakes right here and right there. Air intakes are in front. You have the cockpit in front right here. You can barely see it. It's got this cyan blue for the windows. And I think that's about it. Now, there are some lettering here on the side. It says something to the effect of something jet. I'm not exactly sure what it says. But you have that. And you have the engines in the back. So, getting it back into the robot mode is very easy. We're going to take this off. Put that in the back. We're going to start from the back side because I'm going to get lost if I do it the other way. And we just unpeg it. Bring that down. Unpeg. Bring down. Bring that down. Right, bring the legs down like so. Bring that down so. Take the feet, bring them up. Like that. You want to turn around, get these panels right here. Bring this up. Bring this up like that. You want to undo this side panel right here. Bring it down. We're going to push these together like this. Bring that down. Same thing, the opposite side. You want to get this out. Bring this down. Let's focus on this part. Let's focus, take the cockpit, bring this back like that. Take this end part, bring it up. Now we're going to focus on the arms. Take it at an angle, turn it around. So all of this is matching. We bring it down at the elbow, at the lower shoulder. Excuse me. Bring this down, and you want to angle this arm so we can get out of the way. Same thing on the other side. You want to turn this around so everything is matching. Bring down the shoulder like that. Right now, we're going to bring in this piece one more time. Right, we're going to bring up the wings. And there you have it, the Emperor of the Skies, Cyclone Hawk. trying to just get him to stand, that's all. Alright, now we're going to do some comparisons here. One second, give me a moment. And let's start off with color scheme wise. Why not? Here is Masterpiece Grimlock. Slightly lighter gray, but he still has that gold. You can have those two together. He is taller than him. You can see much bulkier than him there. Oops. Here it is from the back. You can tell that Grimlock is bigger. From this side. Let me bring in two of the tallest figures I have. Beast Wars Megatron, while you're looking down. And why not just bring in Rise of the Beast Scourge. They're both leader class. And this one is taller than both of them. Just give you a scale. Turn it to the side. Oops. There. Maybe the back will help you a little better. Yeah, there we go. Let me see. Let me bring in one more figure. Right here is Air Razor, which is, you know, she does turn into a hawk. You know, different styling. It's a little closer. We still have some gold, and we still have that same gray around the figure. So they kind of go together. And the face, let's give a close up of face. Let me see if I can do it. Still has that same theme in the face. She's not in focus. My goodness. Right? Still have that same theme in the head. You know, you have the helmet with the Hulk beak there, and you have the helmet beak there. Right? You still have this crest right there, and you have that crest right there. So it's kind of similar, but not the same. And let's bring in his buddy. Focus. All right, so here is Leon Rover. In case I didn't mention his name in the last video, in Korea, his name is Leo Kaiser. If you're a Transformers head, there is a Leo Kaiser in Transformers Victory. I do believe he's like a combiner of sorts. And they're totally different, totally separate from each other. The only difference is Leo Kaiser in Transformers is one word. Here it's broken down into two words, and in Korea, so they kind of got away with it. So you can have these two that's going. Now he is the star of the show, and when I'm talking about articulation, this one has a little bit more. It has a little bit more room, but he turns into a car, where this one turns into either a spaceship or a space fighter. You pick your choice. But you can see, like, he has more room here. He has more elbow room there, or, you know, he has more leg movement. He is pretty much the same height. You know, they just gave him a little bit more tooling, let's say that. Okay. So, if you like this video, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I do respond to them all the time, no matter if it's night or day. Throw them in there. I will answer, you know, whatever comments that you put. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do. I do have one more, and then we're going to do another 3 after that, and then we're going to do 4 more after that, and there's going to be the last 2. Now, from what I'm hearing through different sources online, I do believe they're going to take the series to a 5th season, if you will. Please don't quote me. That's not 100% true. Right now, we're still in 3rd season. We're about either 10 or 12 episodes in. I have not seen any new English versions of the show yet, so I'm playing catch up. That's what this is. I'm just playing catch up to the new series. So I hope you ladies and gents enjoy the video, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.